Hello everyone, this is the fourth concept check of module 74 for AS level. For A level, this is a revision activity reminding the basic differences between these two cell divisions, mitosis and meiosis. So the main purpose of mitosis is to multiply the cells, keeping their genetic constitution or composition same. That is, when mitosis happens, the parent cells produce daughter cells who are genetically identical. So, if this is a cell having two chromosomes as its original number of chromosomes, that is, its diploid number is 2, then the purpose of mitosis is to produce two daughter cells who are exact copies of this cell. And to do this, before mitosis, the cell has to go through an interphase. And in interphase, the cell comes across an S phase or synthesis phase where these two chromosomes actually duplicate. Even if they duplicate, they are still two chromosomes, but each chromosome will have two sister chromatids in them. And these two sister chromatids separate by the process of mitosis after interphase, and each daughter cell gets one chromatid as one chromosome. So you can see that from the beginning till the final product, that is the daughter cell, the products are exactly genetically identical to the parent. The daughters are genetically identical. So we say that every mitosis ends up with two daughter cells having same number of chromosomes as their parent cell. On the other hand, if we compare this scenario with what happens in meiosis, which you are going to study in details in A level, and A level students have already studied about this. In meiosis, mostly meiosis happens in cells which are responsible to help in reproduction in future. So every cell in our body, in case of every higher animal and plant, we have two sets of every chromosome. That's why we are diploid. So these two sets of chromosomes, one actually comes from your mother and one comes from your father. So let's say this cell, whose example we have taken, has one set of chromosome from the father, that is maybe the blue one, and the green one has come from the mother. So there is a homologous pair. That is, both these chromosomes have similar genes in them, but one has come from the father of the person whose cell this is, and one has come from the mother. In meiosis, what happens again? Before meiosis, the cell has to go through its own interphase, and it will duplicate its DNA. But meiosis involves two cell divisions. In the first step of cell division, these homologous pairs of chromosome will exchange some segments among each other, and then they'll separate. That is the first level of division. In the second level, each of these daughter cells that we formed will now separate their chromatids. So finally, you will get four daughter cells who will have half the number of chromosomes from the parent cell. So if you see, the parent cell has two chromosomes with two chromatids each. Okay. In the first division, the two chromosomes will separate after interchanging small segments among them. And then again in the second division of the meiosis, these chromatids will separate from each other and become independent chromosomes. And you will notice that there are daughter cells whose genetic composition are slightly varying from the parent. The parent's chromosome is represented by a fully blue and a fully green chromosome. But among the daughter cells, there are some daughter cells who have a mixture of green and blue segments of the chromosome, which means they are showing variation. So in the end of meiosis, the main observation is that as compared to the parent cell, the daughter cells will have half the number of chromosomes, and these chromosomes are not exactly identical to the parent. They have some variations in them. Now the question is, why will organisms like us and other plants and animals, why will they need such cells who have half the number of chromosomes? So let's understand that first. First thing is to produce gametes or sex cells. Now, what are these gametes or sex cells? The sperms are the gametes of the male, and the ovum or the eggs are the gametes in the female. Now, in order for the father and the mother to have a normal baby, the sperm of the father and the egg of the mother contribute half of their chromosomes, which fuse and then become the full number of chromosomes in a normal baby. And that is why, to make sure that the sperm and the egg of the mother are half the number of chromosomes, that's why meiosis is needed. So to make this sperm of the father and to make this egg of the mother, meiosis is needed. Okay, and here we use the term haploid. So we say that the egg and the sperm, which are the gametes of the male and the female organisms, they have haploid number of chromosome, or half the total number of chromosome, which is denoted by the letter N. Okay, now in case of humans, here I am giving you the example of only humans. The haploid number of chromosomes in case of humans is 23. That is, human egg and human sperms contain 23 chromosomes. This is the haploid number. Only the sex cells contain this number of chromosome. The rest of the body cells will have double of this chromosome. Okay, so let's understand what happens when they have half the number of chromosomes. During fertilization, when the sperm and the egg will fuse, they will produce a zygote, and the zygote will have n plus n, that is 2n, that is the double number of chromosomes, 46. So as the zygote which is formed will have the full set of chromosome now, and this zygote will then divide and redivide and increase the cells number and size, and later become an embryo and then a baby. And all these divisions that will happen after the zygote is formed, that is mitosis, because that's when 2n number of chromosome is preserved. So to make sure that the zygote has the correct number of chromosome, that is the 2n number of chromosomes, the gametes which fuse to make this zygote have to have half the number of chromosome. Therefore, the understanding over here is our bodies need meiosis when we produce the gametes, and our body needs mitosis when we need to increase the number of cells in our body so that we grow in size in case of multicellular organisms. So this is a diploid zygote. When we say that any cell has two sets of chromosome, half has come from the sperm, half has come from the egg. So the father and the mother have contributed half set of the chromosome. So now n plus n is diploid set. Okay, this is the normal amount of chromosomes that the zygote will have. But remember, this diploid number varies from species to species. Just now we saw the example of humans. In humans, the diploid number of chromosome is 46 and the haploid is 23. But in different species, it will be different. For example, in case of a fruit fly, the diploid number of chromosome, that is the double set, is 8. That means this fruit fly is formed by 4 chromosomes of egg and 4 chromosomes of sperm fused together, and zygote then divides to become this fully developed fruit fly. Okay, so its haploid number is 4 and diploid is 8. In case of a dog, its diploid number is 78 chromosomes. So when this dog, whether if it is a male, it will produce sperm. If it is a female, it will produce ova. But the sperm and the ova will have half the number of chromosomes. Okay. Or for example, a lily's diploid number of chromosomes is 24. So in summary, what we learned is mitosis is a type of cell division which will maintain the same number of chromosomes in the preceding daughter generations. So the aim of mitosis is to increase the cell number but keep the genetic composition same. Whereas meiosis, the purpose of meiosis is to convert or to produce haploid cells from a diploid parent cell. And these haploid cells will later become gametes, which will be used as sex cells, and they will fuse with the opposite sex cell and form a zygote during fertilization. Where will you see mitosis happening? In all somatic cells. Okay, what are somatic cells? So all somatic cells in your body are diploid, and these are the regular cells like the fat cells, muscle cells, your skin cell, your stomach cells. So when they get damaged, the dead cells are replaced by freshly formed daughter cells, which are produced by mitosis. Okay, they're exact copies of the cells that were already there. Okay, so if your skin cell is damaged or you get a injury, then the dead cells dry up and scale out, but the existing cells in your skin, they divide by mitosis and produce new skin cells. Whereas meiosis is something that will happen only in case of an adult male or female animal. We have taken example of human over here. So only in case of a male, the testis will, inside the testis, meiosis happens to produce sperms, and inside the ovary of the female, meiosis occurs to produce ova or egg. If the two individuals are reproductively mature and they have sexual intercourse, then the egg and the sperm get an opportunity to fuse and fertilize and form a zygote. Later, this zygote will again divide by mitosis and increase in number to produce a bigger embryo, and then that will grow into a baby. So this is all about the key differences between mitosis and meiosis, which you need to know only in a very superficial level, in AS level, but in A level you need to know more details about meiosis. Thank you.